Agentic AI isn't just a concept anymore, it's hitting production with Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic all pushing powerful new platforms and a startup, Viktor, showing real revenue traction. We're unpacking what this shift truly means for builders and why the EU just gave you a bit more breathing room on AI compliance. No BS AI briefing brought to you by Proactive AI. Welcome back. I'm your host, Vikash Sharma, and this is where builders get straightforward AI news without the fluff. First up today, Google just launched Gemini 3.5 Flash and Gemini Omni. In plain English, Google's making a big move to cement agents as the primary product layer. Gemini 3.5 Flash is designed specifically for agentic tasks, boasting a 4x speed improvement while cutting costs by over 50%. That's a massive efficiency gain for anyone trying to run complex multi-step AI workflows. But they didn't stop there. Gemini Omni Flash introduces frontier level capabilities for generating and editing video from text, image, or audio. And get this, it does it with physics grounded creation. Think about the implications for creative tools and automated content generation. For builders, the interesting part is the comprehensive agent platform they've rolled out, Anti-Gravity 2.0, which is a desktop app and CLI, plus managed agents directly in the Gemini API. This isn't just a model, it's a unified production-ready platform for persistent state agents accessible via a single API call. It signals a clear mainstream shift from simple chat interfaces to fully autonomous agents, lowering the barriers for building complex, reliable AI products. Next, Anthropic is shaking up cybersecurity by allowing Claude Mythos findings to be shared externally. So, what happened? Anthropic's partners in Project Glasswing can now share the cybersecurity findings from their Claude Mythos model with regulators, media, and other external entities. Claude Mythos, launched back in April, is a defensive cybersecurity model that autonomously discovers and even exploits zero-day vulnerabilities in major operating systems and browsers. That's a serious capability. The fact that Anthropic, a leading AI lab, is actively encouraging external disclosure of these security discoveries is a huge deal. Why does it matter for builders? Well, it opens access to a highly specialized and powerful tool for finding critical vulnerabilities in your own products or infrastructure. But beyond that, it sets a precedent for responsible disclosure and, crucially, for collaboration with regulators. For teams building critical infrastructure or any product with significant security implications, this could become a vital part of your risk management and compliance strategy. It's about leveraging cutting edge AI not just to find problems, but to foster a more secure digital ecosystem through shared knowledge. Also, OpenAI has launched Daybreak and partnered on EnterpriseClaw. Let's break that down. Daybreak is a new offering that integrates their GPT 5.5 model with an agentic harness called Codex Security. What does it do? It automates threat modeling, patch validation, and application security or AppSec workflows. This isn't just a theoretical tool, it's designed for practical, hands-on security tasks. On top of that, OpenAI is a key partner in EnterpriseClaw, a collaboration with industry giants like Automation Anywhere, Cisco, Nvidia, and Okta. This consortium aims to run secure autonomous agents across cloud, on-prem, and even desktop environments, all with centralized governance. And Daybreak itself offers tiered GPT 5.5 variants specifically optimized for security needs. For builders, this is huge. It provides a dedicated AppSec-focused agent stack with a clear governance model perfectly suited for enterprise IT environments. If you're building or deploying AI in a corporate setting, especially a hybrid one, this partnership and offering provide a strong reference path for how to do it securely and scalably. Then we've got some startup news. Viktor just raised a massive $75 million Series A for their Slack and Teams AI coworker agent. I mean, think about that for a second. This Series A round was led by Axel with some pretty notable participation from Slack co-founders Stuart Butterfield and Cal Henderson, plus execs from Google DeepMind and Figma. That's a serious vote of confidence. What does Viktor do? It embeds directly into Slack and Microsoft Teams, connecting to critical business systems like Google Drive, Shopify, and Notion. This allows it to maintain persistent memory generate reports, and even propose workflows autonomously. And here's the kicker: they reached a $15 billion annualized revenue run rate just 3 months after their public launch. Wild, right? For builders, this is a clear validation of demand for workflow specific agents, especially those that distribute through incumbent platforms where users already live. This isn't just hype, this is real traction, real revenue. The early success and the caliber of investors suggest strong category potential for agents that integrate deeply into existing collaboration tools and deliver immediate tangible value. Finally, some policy news that might just save you some headaches. The EU AI Act compliance deadline has been extended and definitions tightened. What happened? There was a provisional agreement on what's called a Digital Omnibus on AI simplification package on May 7, 2026. Crucially, the compliance deadline for high-risk AI applications has been moved from August 2nd, 2026 all the way to December 2nd, 2027. That's a significant extension. Beyond that, the definition of a safety component has been tightened, meaning less ambiguity. Exemptions have been extended to small and mid caps, which is great news for many startups. And there's a new prohibition on AI generating non consensual intimate imagery. For builders, this is a welcome breath of fresh air. It adds substantial time, 16 extra months in fact, to reach compliance with the EU AI Act while also clarifying some of your obligations. The relief for SMEs is particularly important, and the new prohibited content category is something you'll need to design around from the ground up, ensuring your models don't enable such misuse. It's a chance to get things right without the immediate pressure cooker. The agentic shift is now official. This, for me, is the most important story of the batch because these announcements from Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic aren't just individual product launches. They converge on one clear, undeniable theme. Autonomous agents are rapidly becoming the primary product layer in AI. This isn't just an experimental idea anymore, it's baked into the core platforms of the biggest players and it's priced for scale. This is a fundamental shift in how we'll interact with and build on AI. If you think back, 2023 and early 2024 were all about chat interfaces, think ChatGPT. Then late 2024 into 2025 saw the introduction of more complex capabilities like planning, memory, and tool use, but it often felt a bit piecemeal, a bit hacky. What May 2026 brings, however, is a suite of production-ready, cost-efficient agent stacks and robust governance frameworks. This isn't just adding features to chat, it's a reimagining of the interaction paradigm. So who should really care about this? Well, if you're a founder, this is huge. It means your focus should shift to building highly specialized, domain-specific agents that leverage these new underlying platforms. You don't need to reinvent the agent framework. The major providers are giving that to you. Instead, you can concentrate on deep integration and distribution through existing platforms, much like Viktor has done with Slack and Teams. For product managers, this means expanding your vision beyond simple prompts. Think about multimodal agents like Gemini Omni, which open up entirely new use cases across video design and creative workflows. Your product roadmap needs to incorporate these autonomous capabilities. And for infrastructure engineers and engineering leaders, the focus shifts to security and governance. With offerings like OpenAI's EnterpriseClaw and Anti-Gravity 2.0, robust security layers and centralized governance are becoming standard for deploying agents, especially in hybrid environments. Even indie hackers should be paying attention. These cost performance improvements mean you can experiment with far more complex agentic workflows without breaking the bank. As a builder, how would I think about this? I'd treat agents as the new API layer or maybe even a sort of operating system for workflows. Instead of just calling a model, you're now defining an objective for an autonomous entity that can reason, plan, and execute across multiple tools and data sources. The opportunity here is immense for building products that truly automate entire processes, not just individual steps. But there are risks too. While new security offerings are emerging, we're still dealing with long horizon reliability issues and new attack surfaces like advanced prompt injection or data exfiltration. You need to validate those cost and performance claims in your own workload, not just take them at face value. And for now, I'd mostly ignore the generic hype around AGI agents or generalized autonomous entities solving all problems. Focus on highly constrained, valuable, domain specific agents because that's where the real impact is today. My no BS take: the agentic future isn't theoretical anymore. It's here, it's being productized, and it's getting cheaper. Builders who embrace this shift and leverage these platforms for concrete high value problems are going to define the next wave of AI products. Don't get distracted by sci fi scenarios. Focus on the practical tools available now. If you are finding this useful, hit follow in your podcast app right now. It takes 2 seconds and it's the best way to make sure you don't miss the next briefing. If you want one practical takeaway from today's episode, here it is. Experiment. Build a 60-minute agent prototype with Gemini 3.5 Flash or Google's managed agents. Here's how to try it in under 60 minutes. First, pick one repeatable, slightly tedious workflow in your team. Maybe it's summarizing daily reports, triaging support tickets, or generating specific marketing copy variations. Keep it simple, but something that actually takes human effort today. Second, use Google's Gemini 3.5 Flash via their API or explore the managed agents offering to script a simple agent that attempts to automate this workflow. Leverage its tool use capabilities to interact with any simple external systems you might need, even if it's just reading from a Google Sheet or writing to a text file initially. Third, measure the output. Compare the time saved, count any errors, and calculate the cost per run. Don't expect perfection on day one, but get a baseline. Why is this specific experiment worth your time right now? Because Google's new agent capabilities, especially the speed and cost improvements of 3.5 Flash, significantly lower the barrier to entry for practical agent development. By prototyping a real world workflow, you're not just learning the tech, you're directly evaluating the tangible ROI of agentic AI for your specific business context. This isn't about building AGI, it's about automating a repetitive task that costs you time and money, proving the value of agents right now. That's it for today's No BS AI briefing. If this helped, follow the show in your podcast app and share it with one builder you know. And if you've got questions or topics you want covered, connect with me on LinkedIn and send them over. See you in the next briefing.